Hey folks, it's Tom, your frugal prepper. I'm here with this Hyundai Santa Fe that I troubleshot with the oscilloscope a couple weeks ago, and had a bad coil pack right back here. So I'm replacing them all. Somebody's been in here before because they didn't put this back bolt in, which is the hard one to get to. So, but all of these connectors are broken. Like the clips are broken on them, so I'm gonna have to put some nylon straps to hold those in. But they came back here, they put in spark plugs, but they left the factory original coil packs. They didn't replace those while they were back here, so we had a coil pack failure. But this is the plugs they put in. A Bosch OE double platinum, which is actually not a terrible plug from my experience. The problem is that they're the wrong plug. These take a really long plug, like so. So this isn't even getting all the way through the head, the threads in the head. So, you know, who knows why that was misfiring. I don't see any cracks or trails on the thing, but my guess is that this was arcing off to the side, maybe instead of to that tab. I don't know. But, you know, make sure you buy the right plugs. I'm putting an NGK Iridium in here. It's a good plug for this motor. Bosch's are a cheap alternative for these engines, but really, for the back plugs, just go with a good Iridium, double Iridium plug. That'll last a long time. Make sure you get it the right length. I mean, I know these take a longer plug, but I did go in and look and double check that this is the correct part number, and I looked at several other part numbers for this engine. They're all longer. So somebody put the wrong plugs. That Bosch part number comes up as not compatible with this vehicle. So I don't know what happened there, but make sure you just put the right spark plugs in when you're doing these jobs. So I'm guessing that, you know, having the wrong plug and that coil pack being old is causing that misfire. We definitely saw it on the primary ignition. These are kind of fun vehicles. You gotta unplug a lot of stuff from the intake manifold and then just prop it up with the 2x4. And this bolt right here is the hard one to get to that nobody ever puts back in. So I don't know if I'll put a bolt back in there or not, but you know. Anyway, looks like the intake gasket's good enough that we can reuse that plenum gasket, so we should be set. But I just thought I would share, make sure that you're using the right size plug. If you pull the original plug out and it's longer and you put in a shorter one, it's not good. It's not getting all the way down to the combustion chamber like it should. But anyway, go ahead and get this thing done. Somebody broke off all these connectors. Even this one, it doesn't look like it's broke, but the tab's broke on the inside. So I'm gonna have to put a zip tie around there, make sure they'll stay on. You can buy the replacement harness, this little piece right here on clip, and you can buy that, but it's like 50 or 60 bucks from Hyundai. And trying to save this customer some money, I think some zip ties will hold them on there just fine. So, fun times. It looks like one of these up front's broke, but the other ones are okay. So, and this one's, I think, been replaced because it's got these little marks on it like it came from a junkyard maybe. So, anyway, fun times. Try to show you on this plug where the misfire was, if I can. Yeah. Right. And I don't know if you can see this or not. Let me try to do it out of the light. Right there, that little brown spot. Right there. That's a crack in the porcelain, so it was arcing through there. So we actually had a bad plug. Probably the coil pack was fine, but we're going to replace them while we're back here and tune this girl all up. And I'm using genuine Hyundai OEM coil packs. So I don't play around with that junky AutoZone crap on an engine like this, where you have to go through so much labor to get to the plugs. It's just not worth it. Just do the job and do it right. So I gave the customer the option of just doing the back 3 on this, but they chose to do all 6. So good times. All right, so what I've done is just put a nylon strap back here, and then I wrapped one. I went under the bolt and around the coil pack and up, and then hooked into that nylon strap around the connector. So these are on here nice and tight now. They're not going to come off or go anywhere. So now we're ready to put this intake manifold back down. Alright, here she is all back together, running. All the missing bolts are replaced. I did break one additional clip. They're just so brittle and fragile from the heat over the years, so I nylon strapped these 2, and that one is fine. But yeah, all good to go. Now we're ready for the next one. Alright, she wasn't running right, and I noticed that as soon as I put it in gear and it had like no power, I started getting cylinder misfire for number 1 and fuel injector circuit locos for all 3 of the front cylinders, and it was this connector right here I forgot to plug back in. So now she's running right. So that thing was running on 3 cylinders. How about that? Alright, now I'm going to take it for a test drive. This thing got 291,000 miles on it. I wonder if she's had a timing belt. She's had one at some point. It would have been a problem by now. Let's put it back in drive. Okay, I'm going to back it out here. Take her for a test drive. Oh, crap. A little off to the side of the driveway there. Hang on. Okay, there we go. This is just a fun driveway to back out of. So I'm trying to get back here. You see, here comes a car. I'm going to pull back up a little bit. Okay. Yeehaw, she runs good. Oh, this thing, the seatbelt alarm constantly goes off on you. Feel like she could use some brakes pretty soon, and she's got a little tire bearing noise over there, but I think that's more of a tire noise than the bearing. Try to go slow down through here because there's kids and stuff that play. So it says 25. I usually go about 15 or 20 because you will have a kid dodge out in front of a car. You don't see them. It really wants me to put my seatbelt on, I'll tell you. Yeah, she's real good. I took her up about 5,000 RPM. I don't know the status of this timing belt, so I'm not redlining this thing. They don't redline until 7,000. Thing you want to do is call a customer when you were test driving their vehicle and tell them the timing belt snapped and they need a new motor. Sweet. She's working. Alright, now I'm ready to move on to the next one. Alright, she's done. It's kind of amazing how that thing idled so well, only running on 3 cylinders. But as soon as I hit the gas, I knew something was wrong. But yeah, she runs good now. So, give the customer a call, get their invoice done, and we're ready to move on to the next one.